Guys, welcome to Tuesday. This will be okay. Welcome to this Tuesday. Today we have Terry Hare, which is one of GoRuck's operations manager, essentially on CrossFit and CrossFit affiliates. He has worked for CrossFit in the past. He's an amazing guy, a fantastic mustache. But the thing that I like the most about him is that he actually has the affiliates in mind and CrossFit in mind. So he understands what you do, how the business works. And so far, with him working with the companies he has, he's directly looking after you in the ease of how he can get, whether it be product or anything like that, to you. He wants to make your life easier, and that's what I really like about what they have going on right now. So, Kerry, I'm going to hand it over to you, brother. Feel free to just absolutely run with it.
Cool. Thanks, buddy. Yes, like Andrew said, I work for GoRuck and I work for Momentus. I worked for CrossFit for 12 years, made affiliate roundtables and some other things, along with some awesome people along the way. And as soon as I got out of the CrossFit HQ space, I wanted to figure out how I could make more things that help you all. I get a ton of satisfaction out of that, and I know that a little extra cash in your pockets, it goes a long way. So that's really what I've been working on. So I'll kind of run through both sides of these things and then kind of open it up for questions and thoughts that you guys have. So for Momentous, it's a supplement company. They make protein, they make creatine, all the good stuff that you'd probably want and your people are buying anywhere. Maybe they're buying it at Costco, wherever. I'm not going to sell you the protein or the creatine is like significantly different than something else that somebody else is buying. That stuff's pretty universal. That said, there are a bunch of other cool products there. The one, and I didn't take any supplements before I started working there like a month ago. But I have a toddler and I started taking their sleep pack, which is magnesium threonate and apigenin and L-theanine. I'm butchering those, I'm sure, but I sleep soundly through the night consistently.
Quick pause. I started doing that right after you said it. I have never slept better. I don't know what's going on. And even my Whoop scores, I'm like, dude, I will literally take that and not wake up once at night. I am so confused at I'm thinking it has something to do with it's better magnesium. If you listen to Huberman talk, which obviously he's a person with Momentous, like not all magnesium is made equal. I don't know. Dude, I'm obsessed.
I say that because, I literally wasn't taking anything. And obviously you should be taking like omega-3s and vitamin D and all that stuff, but I wasn't doing any of that. Now I am, and I'm not like a forever changed human, but I do feel better. Anyway, whether you take any of that stuff or you don't, or you want to dabble in it, what I did was I created a affiliate program that gives you 30% off as an affiliate owner. We'll also ship you like a killer welcome package that I'm working on right now, just like what we'll put in there. But we'll give you a bunch of stuff that you can try, and then you can eventually.
Oh boy.
Um, so the idea there, you guys get 30% off of anything on the site. You can pass 30% off to your coaches, and you get a 10% kickback on anything they buy, and you can pass 20% off to your members and you get a 20% kickback. So again, it's just there so you guys get a little extra money when your folks are buying stuff. We profit, obviously, but why not both of us benefit from this mutual situation? So I'll shoot you guys the link should you want to sign up for that. I'll throw it in the chat. Any questions on the Momentous side of things?
So far just Derek. God, Derek, Derek's like that kid who always got an A and always had his assignment turned in before everyone else.
I got a B in ninth grade composition.
Okay.
So yeah.
I was in the special reading class. So he says, just got set up with Momentus. Anything else he needs to do? So it looks like he got set on the wholesale side, but does he need to switch anything over for the affiliate side or anything like that? And I'm gonna sign up right after this too. So I'd like to hear this.
Yeah, so that's a great question. Thank you for touching on that. Yeah, so this is the program I'm mentioning, not wholesale. You do not need to hold product. This is direct people to the website, let them put in their own information, and they get drop shipped their own stuff. Derek, what you're talking about, wholesale, you got to buy, at least 12 bags or 10 bottles of a particular SKU, which probably works if you're maybe selling protein. Although I just was at the Northeast Affiliate Summit and somebody told me a horror story about like really swole rats that got into every bag of protein that they had in their affiliate. Sounded horrible.
That's great because this is the Midwest where we just don't have rats all running all over like the East Coast. So we don't have to worry about that.
You have mice. It's shades of the same thing. But anyway, yeah, if you want to hold product, great. Sign up for wholesale. What you'll need to do is still go through this link that I have here if you want to do. Because what we'll do is we'll get you a code that you can pass both to your coaches and then to your members, and they'll be separate codes. And ideally, those stay within your affiliate walls. They stay, in your newsletters and things like that. So you guys get a better deal than all the human listeners because you guys do more in the world. That's what I said to the Momentus folks because they don't know. And I was like, these people touch more people deeply than anybody else. So yeah, there's a bunch of Huberman dads out there that are trying to like get sunlight in their eyes and do all the good stuff that he's recommending. But I know you guys actually move the needle with everybody. So
Carrie, I just signed up as an owner. Was it literally that easy of name, email, I'm a gym owner?
Absolutely not. There are many hurdles to jump through that are forthcoming. But that's kind of the start of it. And so that just at least gives me a start to reach back out to you. And then we'll get you signed up in kind of our affiliate management program. And then that'll give you a code as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sweet. Bill Russell. I know your name from Go Ruck, which is great. And I'm going to lead into that unless anybody has more momentous questions.
Just real quick to clarify, I know people will be watching this on the YouTube too, and I'll send this out to the region. I heard you say that so let me just sum that up. 30% is what you get off, which is great as a person. You can hand that off to one of your coaches or all of your coaches, and you'll get a 10% kickback and they'll still get 30% off.
All of your coaches. Yes.
Okay, great. And then it sounds like you're giving almost the gym a 40% discount for members, because if you said that they get 20% off and we collect 20%, did I hear that right as well, or no?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's like Momentus is out 40 points. But we're still on that. Yeah. So you guys get 20% off. The membership base gets 20% off, and then you get a 20% kickback on their purchase. Easy math on that.
And so just to be clear, that's matched better and easier than anything we've ever had. So that's going to be really, really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's a low lift, right? Like I talked to, so like I'm at CrossFit Roots. So I talked to Nicole Christensen. I called David Osorio. Like I talked to, people that are slightly more successful than Andrew and, or equally. And
it's all relative. My expenses are so low. My mortgage could be $1,100 a month, and I have a 2.75% interest rate. So I just that is their utility bill. So
that's fair.
Mind you, fair.
That's fair. Either way, I called them. And nobody wanted to hold product, right? And they really wanted like not another thing to do in the business. And so like I really try to keep it as light a lift as possible. Like what is a code that you can pass, put a sign on the wall, whatever it is, and then just have a check show up, right? That's the goal. And not even a check, right? It's not, 1990. So it'll go into your bank account. Cool. Any other questions on Momentus? Sweet. So the other side of things for GoRuck came at it the exact same approach. If you don't know, GoRuck makes killer backpacks. They're called rucksacks. Um, they make great footwear and apparel. So there's all kinds of stuff out there. Rucking is walking with weight. If you're unfamiliar, there's a nice little article in the New York Times last week. Yeah, just talking about that stuff. And so what we kind of went through was how do we benefit the affiliate owner, and also like you know this better than anybody, right? Like the affiliate owners and the coaches are the largest billboard in your gym. Everybody looks to you when as the coach and the owner that you get asked 5 times that day, like, where'd you get your new leggings? Speaking to all you guys, that's consistent. So we know that you guys are a great billboard, but we also want to hook you up with good stuff. So the GoRuck offer is 40% off on all footwear and apparel for owners and coaches. I'm gonna grab that link now. So our program is called Gym Partner Program, GPP, easy to remember. So you can see, you can log in and sign up there. And then what you want to do is create an account on goruck.com. And then we can actually tag your account on the back end with the appropriate like coach or owner tag on the other end, so that you'll be able to see discounts in your cart. Now, what this applies to is, so there's the second part of this, which is, so you've got the footwear and apparel, that's 40% off. And then you can see on this collections GPP, we have gear as well. So we make sandbags, make weight vests. Some of our rucking backpacks are included in this collection. All of that stuff is available for a volume discount at the base level. If you order one piece of gear from this collection, you get 25% off. If you order over 10 pieces of gear, then you get 30% off. And if you order over 20, you get 40% off. And that's mix and match. So it's not like you need to buy 20 vests to get 40% off. Also, something we're totally cool with, you're not skirting the system, is if you want to do a pre-order, right? Chad's coming up. You want to do a pre-order for rucks and ruck plates. I will say on the ruck plates, they're like expensive to make. So the biggest discount we can offer is 25%, regardless of volume, but those count towards. So if you get 10 ruck plates and then 10 other pieces of gear, all of those ruck plates work towards your volume discount. So you would get, that would be your 20 items, and then you would get 40% on everything except for the ruck plates, which you get 25% on. So if you want to do a pre-order at your affiliate, you can happily reach out to all your folks. You'll need to collect payments on your end, and then you can pay up front for rucks, ruck plates, whatever you want to get. We're totally cool with that. You can absolutely extend the gear offering discount. We prefer you not extend your coach discount. Just for clarity, we can obviously see how much purchasing goes through on the back end. So, when 60K of, gear rolls through your particular account, it's kind of a red flag.
All right, quick question on that one. So I like that. And I think everyone will. So if I'm going to order 40 items, I'm sorry, 20, but let's say I'm going to get up to 40, big bills coming up. I should probably wait as the owner to bill the clients until I submit the bill for you, correct? Because we don't want to if it's a big order, you guys might take a while to ship, so do you have any timeline based on that stuff, or is it I know it's guesstimate?
We ship crazy fast. So if it's on the site, I would expect to have it leave our warehouse, our distribution center, within 3 to 5 business days.
Okay, cool.
So I would do what you do likely for shirts, which is collect the payment up front, and then that way you're flush with cash when you try to make the purchase on the site.
Perfect.
Other pieces of this program that we don't have dialed yet.
Go ahead, Bill. Go
Oh
ahead,
yeah,
Bill.
jump in.
Hi, Carrie. How's it work if they need to return anything? So if I'm buying and then I'm billing them, I know your warranties are great and you don't need a receipt because you guys say you can always recognize your stuff. But are they going to have any issues with contacting you about any problems, or am I going to have to be involved with that return?
That's a great question. I'm gonna say that you're probably gonna be involved, but let me actually just chase down the answer for that, and I'll get back to you on it. Not something I'm super familiar with, and most of the time, yeah, we don't have like a ton of returns, and we do have a lifetime guarantee on pretty much everything. Some of the footwear and apparel, for obvious reasons, we don't, but um, our bags and all of our sand gear and all that stuff definitely has lifetime guarantee. But let me check on that, Bill.
Thanks.
Yes, great question, Danielle. I would order by November 1st to get your gear
Nice. Good question, Danielle.
for Chad. Yeah. So that gives you got 11 days in there, but you probably, it's probably like 5-ish business days within that frame. So also included in things that I was kind of alluding to that we haven't gotten to yet, potentially a membership discount that would give you a kickback. We're playing with that right now. I think we're really more in like a beta stage with some of that. So what's available to you guys right now is you can get your coaches decked out, super simple, and you can get gear if you want it. And we realize you're probably not going to order like 20 sand kettlebells and like throw your kettlebells away, like so. There's like no pressure. It's just
I think
it's cool new
no,
equipment. It's really fun.
it is. A couple of us, like me and Bill, and I know a few others, like we're already in the pipeline for the GPP. Is there anything else we need to do? Because I'm kind of waiting. I got to look through the emails because Bill, Bill, I've been honestly going to you for updates. So right now, what do we have at this point? Because I don't think we have all of that done yet, right, Carrie?
Correct. Yeah. So signing up through the form that's on there now will get you kind of in the queue. As we're waiting for a couple more things to finalize, we can start adding people in. If you're ready to make like a chat order, just let me know. You can reach out to gpp@goruck.com, which I'll put in now. And just let us know you're like, hey, we want to do a chat order. Great. We'll just bump you to the top so you can do that. And that'll get you in for we don't have everything quite finalized for the coaches discount to be applied to everything just yet. We're working on that this week. But for gear purchases, so specifically this GPP collection that you can see, that's good to go. So if you guys are ready to make an order on any of that stuff, we can run you to the front of the line.
Very nice. Okay, cool.
I had a question.
Yeah.
I just checked my account and I wanted to see if that 40% came up because that was new. When I first signed up through the APN, I was getting 20%, which is great. And then when you got the GPP going for me, I was getting 25, which is great. Thank you. Now I just checked and I put in a pair of shoes in my checkup shopping cart and there's no discount. But then I put a rucksack in and there is a 25. So is that funky going on?
No. So that's exactly what I was saying. The coaching piece, right? Like that 40% kind of evergreen footwear and apparel isn't quite dialed yet. We should have that tuned in this week.
I get it, but it's not even giving me my 25.
You wouldn't get 25 on footwear and apparel.
Oh, really? I did. I did.
You get it on the rucksack because that's part of gear.
This
so
is
slightly different.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, no, good question. I don't want to make it confusing. I want to clarify.
So why wouldn't get the 20% APN discount? Because last thing I purchased, I did. So it seems like it's changing.
I think it is, Bill. And I don't know what Carrie can and can't say, so I can just tell you with the.
I can be patient. I just giving you a little feedback, but I love your. I'm hoping to buy more.
Oh, yeah, no, you will. We know because that's all you wear is Go Ruck shoes, and now apparently all I do is. But the APN I think is going through a lot of changes with some of those things, and I know that Go Ruck is. They are looking to make a big ass jump into CrossFit. big as shit. And I know that it will be something that, like, I mean, we love Go Ruck. As you can see, I mean, they were huge at the games, and I don't know. So hopefully, I mean, this discount that Carrie's talking about is like insane. I mean, that'll be, I'll wait forever for that.
Yeah, and it won't be that much longer. But yeah, the APN definitely going through some growing pains there. I think the APN itself is, and so I don't believe we're even in the APN right now. And if we are, it's kind of outdated. So apologies for confusion on that, but we'll get it short out, and either we will or will not be in the APN. I'm just unsure of what the APN looks like, but you will have the offers that I've talked about,
Which are awesome.
Yeah, and if you haven't worn our shoes, gosh, get your hands on them. Like they're really nice. I've tried everything. And I said this before, I got them for free. So just take my bias with a grain of salt, but like the wide toe box, super comfortable. If you like Noble, I don't know what
If you like Noble, you have issues. You have absolute issue. I mean, I couldn't, dude. Those shoes, I am such a picky guy for training shoes, and I have not taken them off. I wish I had a bad thing to say about them, because then I wear them to go walk with the kids after. It's like I need multiple pairs to not have one just drenched of sweat. And you did not talk about how comfortable those boxer. Sorry, I know we have ladies on, but like I don't know what ladies work out in or how that is comfortable, but I do know for men, especially guys with giant thighs, I have not found a more comfortable thing than those freaking Go Ruck like boxer in shorts. And I hate every other boxer in short. Even Lulu can't stand it. For some reason, it's like the softness. I don't know. Those things are awesome.
It's a good short. Yeah, we're coming along with that, and I'd say like the apparel is like part of the way there. And one of the opportunities that we have and that you all have is that you can help us, change any of that. So, like, buy something, tell me that it's horrible, and tell me why. Like, that's totally fine. That our ears are so open to that feedback. Like, if you're using our stuff, like, we absolutely want to know, and that goes for both companies, by the way. Like, if there's something you absolutely hate or you just have, honest feedback, we'd love to hear it. Like there's nobody more honest than, the old CrossFit ecosystem. So lay it on us.
Can I offer then there was a call, I don't know if some of you guys hopped into that call that Gordon put on with a specialized person in floor optimization for workouts. I hope that someone takes it over, because it's something that kills the affiliates. I don't have an organized call on what I can say with it, but like shrinking the square footage. Like I had a conversation with Dan last week, and he's considering buying a building. He's comes from finance, he's a smart guy, but like CrossFit's very hard to do on the floor space. It really is. It's the worst square footage suck. And I feel like you guys are like kind of being a disruptor in that and like solving some of the problem when it comes to the sand products, etc. I guess this isn't much of a question, but man, please don't stop that, or like lean into that if possible, because bikes, bells, and sandbags, you can get very, very fit, and you can run classes of 30. And I don't care about the coaching side of like, oh, sandbag clean is dumb. There's no technical complexity. There absolutely is. You're just not a good coach if you can't find points of performance inside of those things. So I guess thanks for doing that already, but definitely freaking go for it, man. If you think of anything.
I'll take that feedback as though I created any of those products and they didn't exist before I got here. But
You're just our voice.
They are fun. I was like shockingly surprised by like I let my son play with them. He's 3 and he's just like out there, yanking around the sand kettlebells. They're pretty versatile. Like I challenge you to put a rip in it. Like try and beat that stuff up. It's really cool. We've been working with the Deep In Fitness folks. Huge application for throwing a sand kettlebell in water because it doesn't beat up the pool the same way. So it's fun to see how these things are getting used. They're in the tactical games. Like our stuff is just bulletproof. It's not like it'll take a hole. But it's like figuratively it's bulletproof, and it like really can take a beating. And so I'd love to see you guys beat it up and then use it wherever you're doing stuff. Like it's cool to see what people do with this stuff.
Sweet.
Any questions for me? Go Ruck, Momentus, anything else? Personal life, whatever.
I don't mean the hog, but I do have questions. Are you going to have, as part of the GPP, anything like your Momentus where I could give a code to a client, they can get a discount, and then we can get commission? Or is that just for Momentus? Because Andrew,
No,
something that might have been coming, but it might have been premature.
No, that's the hope for sure. I think we have some details to figure out on how we can do that.
That would be awesome, because now that gets around the return issue. You know, I would give that link out to everybody on all of our rucking events. We have a big one this weekend, so I could get my client, even if it's the old 15% GovX, you know, kind of discount, and then we would get 10. I'm not being greedy, but just something would be really helpful to all of us.
Not at all. No, I mean, like that's exactly what I want to carve out. So it was what I pitched originally, and we're just kind of in waiting.
Yeah, but technology is hard too. It's not that that's just that easy to go and have your system track all that stuff.
If you buy the right software, it is. So it's more of a people issue at this point of getting the and I'll tell you that everybody on like within our team is so supportive of it, of the idea to do this for you all. One, because I think they just understand that CrossFitters, CrossFit affiliate owners like really move the needle in the communities. So yeah, don't hold your breath on that one, but we're absolutely talking about it and figuring out how we can make it work.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think me and Carrie had that conversation, Bill, and that's what he was pushing for and where, but it definitely was not final. I just was getting excited, but I'm still excited about anything because he like he said, he knows exactly what we do and what works for us. And it's really hard for some of these companies because they get abused when they can't validate who's actually the affiliate owner is, because a lot of you guys are all like really well organized, structured. That's why you're on this call. There are some affiliate owners who the email that I have for them, A, it's not an active email. B, I have to physically call the gym to figure out who owns the gym. C, someone will answer and say, we don't know who owns the gym. Like this is true. So I know that's none of you, but you know, when you start a small business and it's a low barrier of entry, you're going to get a lot of that. So not everybody makes it to the top like you guys do, but that would be challenging for them to get through too, because that's an epic discount and deal for the owner. You don't want to hand that out to just anyone.
Yeah, we certainly set up roadblocks to seeing when codes get, you know, overly abused. And ideally, you don't use a code, you use something else that's a little more masked. But yeah, we certainly trust you all. Like when we give that out, and like we definitely want you to share it within your circles, you know. So whatever you're sending out, newsletters, something internal, slapping it up on the wall. You know, I don't take that lightly, that if you're gonna sell our products for either company in your affiliate, like that's, you know, that's high praise. So, and I know other people want that real estate as, you know, as much as we do. So I get it, and it's appreciated if you're signing up.
You guys have any other questions? Carrie? Nothing? I'm looking. Okay. Well, I'm sure you'll get a majority of these people on. It's such a low lift, and I appreciate you for thinking of us. Do you have any like, I don't want to say strategies for Momentus. I know we talked about it before on a rep call, but like anything you see coming in the future, or is Momentus I want to say branding and marketing essentially going to be like, hey, we know we're a supplement, you know, we offer everything the best. Obviously your purity is unmatched, but I don't think a lot of people care at this point. They're kind of just going to buy protein from anywhere. And I kind of liked your pitch. I mean, I guess, is there anything on, I don't want to say education, but like coming in the pipeline with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've worked for Momentus for like 3 weeks, so give me time. But yes, absolutely. Like that's the thing that I have control over is what the CrossFit offering looks like. So I said, give us our best discount outside of wholesale, and that's what we got. What education do we need? Well, I think to your point, last time we spoke was tell me what to take, when to take it, and why. Keep it really simple. A lot of that's on the website. But I understand that in the same way that your members don't go to CrossFit.com and they don't know who won the games, right? Like, and they don't care, and I don't care. That's the stuff that you need to translate for them. And so like having handouts, having something that's like creatine, here's why everybody should take it. It's the most researched supplement, ever. Like let's start there. And then here's what it does. Here's what you might think it does. Like, yes, that stuff exists. If you have call outs for like something specific, just let us know. Like it's a super open door. I'll leave you all my emails in the chat here. If you can try and keep them separate, that would be super. Just because I got to keep my own life separate here. But yeah, we're super open. And I would ask for the silent majority here, is this just an easy offering? You get it and you're like, cool? Or are you like not interested? And I'd just love to know, if you're not interested, why?
Nice. Okay. And then lastly, I know I just was doing the math in my head because I don't like owners just to do the classic CrossFit thing, give everything away, put themselves on the cross and do absolutely nothing financially. It wouldn't be a good idea right now to maybe do a massive GoRuck pre-order because there's nothing off of the footwear, right? Like, so in that, there's no pre-order on footwear. Like, you can't include that in an item right now. So mainly it's just the bags, the plates, the sand products. I had the email pulled up. So would you agree that 25%, if you just said, hey, I'm doing I'm doing a deal, you can get 25% off a sick bag and ruck carrier, because the 25%, then you're net even on the weight carrier. And then you essentially get, I don't know, 15% back, or maybe 20%. You think probably a little better?
Good question. So when I'm passing you like the collection GPP, that link, that is none of GoRuck stuff is for you to sell, right? It's not wholesale. You should not be trying to sell it. So the only way that works is, let's just say like I think a pre-order actually does make a ton of sense right now for Chad. And I think like, I hope everybody's pushing to do that because it's an awesome cause. And then I think coming around, like May, Memorial Day, Murph, that makes a ton of sense. Like another order around weight vests, and our weight vests are pretty great if you haven't seen them. A lot lighter not lighter, a little less like wear on you than the 511, which like I have from years ago. But like, correct, Zach. Yeah. If you put in a large enough order, absolutely, that's right where it's at. So 40%. And so if you have 20 members, right, get involved, or really you have 10 members and they all want a ruck plate that goes in a bag, then you've already hit your minimum. Yep. And then if it's 10 items, or between 10 and 19, then you're at 30%.
Gary, I'm a little confused. You just said that we're not supposed to be reselling this, but then that would be what we were doing here. You mean just not like buying it and selling it retail on a week-to-week basis?
Correct. Yeah, this would be we have an event. Hey, let's do a pre-order, just the way you do shirts, except you're really just transferring true cost, so like you're not making money on it.
Yeah, basically he's saying once we get our 40% owners on footwear, don't buy 700 pairs of shoes and then sell them for 20% off. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
That's it. But I mean, right now, what we're talking about is more of like the gear side of things, just because that's what's available today. Yeah. So if you're buying, 20 rocks, I'd appreciate you not taking them back and selling them at 20% off. Yeah. Cool. Any other
Cool.
questions? And anybody that it has been silent, is this, raise your hand? Is this just completely unappealing, or and if so, like what would make it more appealing?
I just want to clarify something. So the best thing for me to do right now is to email you guys. I'm in the queue. I got an email like maybe a week or two ago, because I currently just have the CrossFit APN applied, and that's going to be different than this,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Yeah, Derek, I can't take responsibility for the APN. I wish I could, but let me just take some ownership in things I kind of learned at the throughout going through a week from being at with everyone. The APN, it works, it's needed, it needs work, and it needs to be easier. It needs to be a little more streamlined, and for you to be put in front of your guys' face a little bit easier. I think we would all agree. So that's kind of what's going on with it too. So sorry about this double carryover with GoRuck and that, but like that's why Carrie, I mean, has a good job right now with these companies. Is like he's the one who knows what we need, so he's just kind of taking care of it. I guess.
Yeah, I'm
not
trying.
a problem at all. Because the CrossFit had the partnership through the affiliate area prior to this, and so we were set up with that, I think, before this came about. And I just wanted to make sure, because it's a little bit confusing on my end, and I want to make sure I'm doing things the right way.
Agreed. No, I totally understand that it is. I think it's the hand not talking to the foot kind of thing. Like different people over the course of the year. Obviously, CrossFit's had a bunch of changes over the course of the year, and so both of these companies as well.